Here we go. Welcome. Let's tempt these copyright gods, shall we? Here we are. Hello, everyone. A little vitamin C. Vitamin C is very important. You know what they say? An orange a day keeps corona away. Let's tempt those copyright gods, man. Let's do it. Hello, John. Good to see you, man. King John. Benny C. YouTube is 90. JP. Send all the books. Collectible paper. Killing the game. I saw that Fantastic Four 1 that you posted today. Damn. Good on you, man. My brother, the unruly Simeon. Glad to see you in attendance, brother. The Southern Comic Geek. Why can't I scroll this chat? Weird. There we go. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did. Alright. Okay. Stretch, let's get ready. Boom. There's your introductory tune. And if you don't know, get that on your playlist, man. You get I Can't Wait. That's a good jam. That's a good jam. So, I don't have any, I didn't do any hunting. You know, sometimes I'll do like some Sunday hunting. I didn't do any of that. So I don't have a fresh haul to send to show you guys. But, you know what I'm saying? I used today to sort out the books that I think I'm going to send to CGC. Okay? What up, TS? And also, last night and into this morning was pretty rough, man. I think I had food poisoning. I don't think I've ever had food poisoning before. I feel like I've ate food that has maybe not agreed with me before and shit like that. But I don't think I ever had food poisoning. And like early evening yesterday, man, I was supposed to go to a little birthday party situation. And like I started getting like sharp stomach pains. Like, oh man, my stomach was hurting bad. And I started to get nauseous and stuff. And like I couldn't go to the bathroom number 2. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to, but it wasn't happening. And then when it finally did start happening, it was like hard diamonds, rocks. I'm like, Jesus, this is not comfortable. Then the floodgates opened, dude. And I don't want to be too graphic, but as this situation was happening, it was not unpleasant, right? I mean, it was very unpleasant. But I was also like, this is kind of funny. Because I'm on all fours, dude, right? I'm on all fours in front of the toilet. puking into the toilet, right? And dude, because at this point it was no more diamonds, it was straight up projectile liquid, right? And I was sitting on all fours, bro, both ends. And you know, sometimes people will be like, "Oh man, it was coming out of both ends." Literally, simultaneously, at the same time, boom, out of both ends, dude. It was amazing. Uh, it was pretty rad, I gotta say. Like, that doesn't happen. Like, that's never happened in my whole life. Like, that's kind of newsworthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was amazing. Um, so, you know, that happened. Sorry, JP. Uh, VV, right in time. Yes, you just came in time. Uh, yeah. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, it was some centipede type action, dude. Um, it's pretty wild. What's up, Funk? What's up, Big O? Good to see you guys. And yo, another my other small talk segment item. So I want to tell you about the both ends part. And this the second piece of news, or just the piece of small talk I want to cover before getting into this is I just want to do a public service announcement. I'm going to get political, right? Because something amazing, something also kind of interesting happened in the past couple days. Like, I really don't adhere to a certain party, right? I don't even feel that strongly about. I just take it as it comes, right? And it was interesting that I was talking to one friend of mine who was like super anti-Trump, and he was getting fired up, right? And like I'm just a righteous observer. You know what I mean? I really don't have a dog in the fight. So when someone goes extra ham and negative uh on him, on like someone like Trump, I'm like, yeah, that's true. However, X, Y, and Z of like, should I even go here? Anyway, the super anti-Trump guy, like I had mentioned a couple things that maybe weren't completely terrible, awful about the president, and it like caused this friction between us, and he kind of got pissed at me, right? And then the very next day, I was with another buddy of mine, and he is like super pro Trump, right? Well, I thought the other guy was way too anti-Trump. Like he's like, dude, you can't put all the world's problems on this one motherfucker, dude. Um, and my other buddy is like super pro Trump, and I'm like, bro, you can't act like this guy is the second coming. Like he's a flawed jabroni, also. And when I was like representing that side, like, yeah, I feel you, but the dude is also a fucking scoundrel, and just a used car salesman type of thing. At the very least, very narcissistic. He got fired up, and like it caused friction between us then too. So, moral of the story is, fuck politics. And I say, people say rock the vote. Get out there and vote, man. Make it happen. I say, don't vote. And you should also just unplug from politics, because the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Like, it's not a net positive. All the time that people put into politics, like it just hit me from all angles this weekend of like Trump got corona, and I was scrolling through like online Twitter feeds and stuff, and I'm seeing all these people like making jokes, like wishing death on the guy, and this and that. And I just started noticing, I would go into like comic creators timeline, celebrities' timeline, normal people's timeline, and I'm going through and like, bro, all these people spend so much time talking about politics. And I'm like, dude, why? Fuck it. Um, like it ain't worth the energy. So I think the real definition of woke is, yo, all politicians are shady. Don't let them trick you into being on one side or the other. That's what I say. It's all a scam. It's them versus us, brother. Be passionate about local politics. Fuck the national politics. My life, to be quite frank, I don't give a fuck who becomes president. I don't think it's really going to affect my life. I really don't. Whatever the president is, my shit goes about the same way, baby. A little thing here and there, my tax might go up, down, this, that. It's a small adjustment and I keep it moving. It's not, the effect that it has on my life ain't worth me spending 40% of my free time worrying about fucking the price of tea in China. You feel me? So I say don't vote, disengage from politics, don't identify with either party, take everything case by case, don't even get into political debates with people. Fuck it. They're all scoundrels. That's the best way to be. Don't let them trick you. So let's get to these. Let's get to these books, man. Here we go. I got a selection of books. They kind of vary in. There's a lot of modern stuff that I've been putting off submitting. I know there's. I know there's a downside to submitting books at different ages because they'll come shipped at different times and shit. But we'll see how it goes. Yes. Well said, VV. I'm a radical centrist. All right, man. So first up, how many books are here total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 books. And if there was ever, by the way, if there was ever a PSA to not talk about politics, I probably just exhibited it because I probably just sounded like a dumbass. So I just gave you a visual example of why you don't do that. Okay, first up. This one I'm feeling pretty confident about. I pulled this Young Avengers #1, which I'm feeling. I hope it's a 9.8. I know it's a 9.8. I hope it's a 9.8 rather. 9.6 perhaps. But we got Young Avengers #1. I think in this climate, it's worth grading. And I propose to you, submit or omit, ladies and gentlemen. What say you? Where's Jeff? Oh, there's Jeff. What up, Jeff, Cantonese kid? Submit or omit on the Young Avengers 1? Man, I say submit. I say submit, man. What's up, Rufus? That one's going to go in the submit pile. No, come on. That's too many books. That's too many books. Yeah, we're getting a lot of submits from the chat. Beautiful. Oh yeah, I forget there's a lag in the thing. Yo, what up, Biggie? Yeah, I think that's a submit. This next one, you know what? Let me do all my modern ones first. Is that modern? I think it's modern. Yeah. Let me go through the modern ones. This one, this is the Batman 89 um, adaptation, right? And it's the second print, though. This is the second print. And I really don't see those around much. And I'm hoping that if I submit it, they put like they put it in the label. You know what I'm saying? That it's a second print. Because it pretty substantially affects the value. You know what I'm saying? So if I sent this in, I would like want to put like a post-it note or something because I could totally see them missing it and not paying attention because the only difference is like on the inside cover, like in small letters, it says second printing. Um, so the second printing is a rarity. Do you guys think that they would put it on the label? Because I've seen some, um, I've seen like a couple out there where they say, hey, second print, but it's raw. I've never seen like a graded 9.8. You know what I'm saying? Second print. So we'll see. Your shop still has one for €5. Oh, really? Is it a second print? True. Yo, what's up, Consetto? Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Um, yeah, they should put it on the label. So I'm considering it. Also because I already have a Batman Returns adaptation 9.8 slabbed, courtesy of my boy D-Runk. I also have Batman Mask of the Phantasm slabbed. So I also want to do it because this kind of goes with that motif of my favorite Batman movies being slabbed. Boom. So I think that's going to be a submit. Yo, oh, I forgot to mention, today's backdrop is courtesy of California Blend. I got all my California, I thought all my California Blend pieces would make a nice backdrop for today. She-Hulk, Magneto, Surfer, all courtesy of the talented Miss Gabby California Blend. Good to see you in the chat. Oh shit, hey Aaron. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think it's a 9.8. I do. I have the Batman Forever adaptation comic. I have the Batman and Robin, the Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy adaptation comic. Am I missing one? I think I have all the movies, pre Dark Knight Returns, covered on adaptations. I've got them all collected. I'm not interested in slabbing the latter two. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's going to be a submit. See, this one I'd like to see your take on. Because I really haven't. It's like one of the next things I want to read is this current Tinian run. I've read little things here and there. But we got Batman 96. First appearance of the Clown Hunter. Which I think he's a cool character. I forget what issue it was, but I read an issue with him in it. And he kind of seemed cool to me. I like the design. I like that he has a batarang tied to a baseball bat. He's like a little vigilante type kid. it doesn't. As of right now, it doesn't seem like the character's really taken off. Um, but it is like Unruly said, it's 1 in 25. It is a 1 in 25, and I suspect that it's a 9.8. So I propose to you, submit or omit. I really like the cover. Is also part of the why I pulled it. Clown Hunter, baby. Poppin' yellow cover. As far as the first appearance goes, it's a pretty dope cover to have for the first appearance. Omit for now. That's an I'll be back, I think, as JP would say. Biggie Shack says vomit. I don't think Biggie Shack's a fan. Yeah, it doesn't go for that much. I think I see it for like $120, $125. I think was the consensus. So yeah, this was one that I wasn't too keen on that one, but I pulled it. These are a little double whammy because I'm fairly confident that they're 9.8s. Okay? Yo, fuck off, D. Come on, man. How dare you? Just because it's not a 1990s run filler comic, dude. Next up, if they come back 9.8s, because I think they will, and I'm not going to submit enough books for the pre-screen. Fuck that. I'm not submitting 25 books. I don't do that. Simpsons, number 1. Itchy and Scratchy, number 1. Minty fresh condition. The Simpsons one is the one that goes, at 9.8. It sells for around $100. Itchy and Scratchy, it doesn't sell. I've seen like a 9.8 that sold for like $50 or $60, but I think they might make like a cool pair. I think I would put them I would do it to sell them straight up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would put them on eBay. Maybe I'd put them up on the IG or something like that. I have very little into them. I have very, very little into them, but it's hard like to ignore that they are in like pristine fucking condition. Like I'm pretty sure they're 9.8s. So, because what would it be? $20, $25 a piece. I would put $50 into them, and I would end up with 2 9.8 slabs. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's $100 sale I could make there. Maybe I could do the two of them for $150, like on eBay or something. And maybe it's worthwhile, is what I was thinking. And I like The Simpsons, and I think it might be kind of cool to have them slabbed. So let me check the temperature of the chat on that. I feel like that one was going to be a controversial one. Omit from Aaron. Unruly's reserving judgment. Mags is not sure. He says, Do-mit. I think you got better books to play with. Itchy in Paper Shredder. Omit. Okay, we got two. We got 2 strikes. Okay. Let's keep going. I think the real moral of the story here is there's not a lot of modern books that are even worth slabbing. Is the, I think, part of it. So next up, this is the same book that I got in this batch of 90s comics that were like all pristine condition. Got that Superboy number 9. Kind of hot at the moment. King Shark, you know what I'm saying? On the hot list and whatnot. I feel like this one you got to do it. I want to say it's a 9.8. I don't really see why it wouldn't be, because this thing is like so clean. It's so clean. D-Runk says, submit the King Shark. Oh, Vivi says, omit it. Just sell that bitch raw. I'll tell you what, man. The one thing about selling it raw is I have the Superboy run 0 through 10. So, or like 12. So that part, kind of helps the idea of selling it raw, because I could just sell a lot of a run. But if I saw any ticks on this thing, I probably wouldn't consider it. But because it's pretty damn clean, I think it's a submit. There we go. We're getting a lot of submit. Yep, it's fresh and clean. Submit. Slabbage. Yeah. So I think that one's gonna go in the submit pile. Boom. Excuse me one sec. I'll be right with you. I just need to go take care of one thing real fast. Kellogg's waits for you, that spirit comes shining through, promising you a great day. Okay, don't fret. Don't fret, chat. Don't fret. We're back. No, we're good. That part is all set. Okay, next up. See, this book, I don't know what it's going to come back at. I think it's pretty high grade. I would like to see it get cleaned and pressed. It's G.I. Joe numero uno. You know what I'm saying? It's G.I. Joe number 1. It's in pretty damn good shape. Let me see. Because if you guys recall, I had scored on like 6 of these. 6 copies. And they were all pretty good. And I sold a few. And I traded one with Spidey Fan. And I learned a lesson that day. I was trying to be nice. And I put it in a Gemini. And then I put it in a top loader. A plastic top loader. So I'm like, oh, it'll be... That way he'll, put a top loader, right? So I thought that was going to be a nice gesture. And when he received it, the plastic, because it was a plastic top loader, somehow, man, the top loader cracked and stabbed the book or something like that. So I felt terrible. I was like, send it back and I'll send you a copy back. Luckily I had mad copies. Well, not mad. At that point I had 3 or 4 left. So I ended up sending him the highest, the one that I was pretty sure was a 9.8. I sent him that one to make sure that he got the best copy that I had. Um, this was like the second best copy. There's like little corner fray on it. There's a little spine roll action, but I think a press would take care of that. So I can't promise a 9.8. But it'll be a high grade. So I pose to you, submit or omit. Do you? Oh, he dropped the book. It was a clever ruse. Damn. What up, Chris Beasy? Slabworthy. Yeah, I think the chat was saying slab. Yo, what up, Stone Cold? Johnny Dakota. A mid grade is better than a Simpsons 1. I mean, I'm not sure if a mid grade sells for 100, 125 bucks. I'm not sure, but I'd have to look it up. But a 9.8 Simpsons 1 is what we're talking there. So G.I. Joe, that might be it. This one, my gut tells me to keep it raw because I noticed that as far as like holding value goes, this book, First Nightwing, when it's anything below a 9.8, it can be had for like $60, $70, which kind of surprised me. I was surprised that you could get like 9.4s for like $70. And I don't really have faith that this thing would come back at 9.8. I mean, in theory, it could because it's a really clean copy, and maybe after a clean and press, I do think there's a chance that it could. Let me take a 1 second look at it to see. Man, this is like I don't know if you can see that spine pretty well, but there's some like really small transgressions with it. See those like little mini ticks almost? But I don't know. If it scored a 9.8, that would be badass. It would definitely be worth it. Yeah, D-Runk is always pro roll the dice to see if it gets a 9.8. Yeah, it must have a high print count or something like that. But, it's a cover appearance of the character. It's a pretty cool looking cover. But yeah, it doesn't really demand that much. Yo, what up, Kachung? Good to see you, mate. Next up, I don't think this is a 9.8. I think a press is going to do wonders for this book, though. And I think after a press, we're talking at like a 9.4. And we're talking that mighty Thor, dude. That 337 Beta Ray Bill. I'm pretty convinced that this one's going to go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, who dat? What up, dude? You gotta submit. That's right. That's like the Johnny Cochran. What was Johnny Cochran shit? He was like, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. So it should be like, if there's a chance at near mint, then you must submit. Or something like that. Or if it ain't got no tits, you must submit. um, what up, Bat Avenger? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I think this one was a pretty across the board submit on that. This one, see, this is one that I would love if it came back in 9.8, but I'm not sure it will. If I was to be realistic, I think we're talking like 9.4, 9.6, but who knows? Maybe a press could really clean it up. We're talking about that Spider Girl. We're talking about that Spider Girl. Is it a newsstand? Yeah, I guess it is. What if 105? I do like the cover of this thing quite a bit. I always love the design of this Spider Girl. Even though you don't even see this chick around, really. I don't think she's very relevant in the game. But, you know, I mean, oh shit. It says Sienkiewicz's name is on the book. Sienkiewicz? What did Sienkiewicz do on this book? That's interesting. See if we can get what Bill Sienkiewicz's credits are on this book. Oh wow. It says Tom DeFalco and Ron Franz. Script, plot, and pencils. Bill Sienkiewicz. Finished art. Finished art. So is that just another word for inking? Why don't they just say that he inked it? Yo, what up, Warlord? Let's see if I can find a page that displays some Bill Sienkiewicz inking. Ooh, that's a nice page. Yeah. Bam. Pretty badass. Okay, let's see. What's next? What's next? We got. Now we're going to go with the older books. Bam. We got that Blue Beetle. First appearance of the Question Man. Charlton Comics, 12 Center. You know, I would guess it's a mid-grade. I would guess a mid-grade copy, man. A 5, a 6, perhaps. Maybe I'm being harsh, but I like the book. I think the question is one of those characters that, you know, he ain't hot yet, but I could maybe see it being good to have this book. Okay, we got a very polarizing submit or omit right now. Let's see. Great book. Omit, big time. Omit, submit. Omit, submit, slap. Submit. Um, yeah, it's not in the nines or anything. Ah, well played, Gray Man. Submit or omit? That is the question. Well done. Yeah, I mean it's one of those books that I wouldn't be like there's some of these like if I slab that What If Spider Girl or Superboy or G.I. Joe, like I'm slabbing those so I can, find them a new home, you know what I mean? Sell them. This one I wouldn't mind hanging on to. So this one will happily live in my collection. So we'll see. I think that one might be a submitter. Oh, I gotta plug in my laptop here. Okay. Next up. Omit until they bring this version into cinema. They'll probably go with Jamie Reyes first. What, Jamie Reyes is the question? I thought it was Renee Montoya is the question. Yo, did you guys see that they dropped the fucking Damien? I think it's a Damien Hellstrom Marvel TV show trailer with Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's in it. Hellstrom, that's Son of Satan, right? Um, I see what Kachung's saying. Oh yeah, that's the first appearance of the question, Kachung. It's not so much about Blue Beetle. Yeah. But yo, did you see that fucking Marvel trailer? I was kind of mixed on it. Um, I think they dropped Hellstrom during San Diego Comic Con. When was that? San Diego Comic Con. Um, I'm pretty sure this was a new trailer with new footage. I mean, I don't know. It didn't impress me that much. We'll see. It's like a Hulu show, so I feel like it might not get the same kind of backing as the Disney Plus shows. We'll see. I'll be interested to check it out. Who that says the trailer was great. I mean, it was cool, but it's good to see Marvel. Marvel's fucking. They ain't gonna let up with these TV adaptations. All right, these next two. So both these books should get slabbed. Um, the question is, do the conditions of these books warrant the slab? Right. So we got Batman 171. We got that Riddler. Okay, we got that Riddler. Oh, there's a couple other ones I meant to grab. It's all right. 171. There's a staple detached. There's one staple detached. there's you can see like there's stuff that a press will take care of on the cover. Because of that one staple detach, I think the best it can do is a 3.0. So that's what we're talking. We're talking about this baby at a 3.0, best case. I'm pretty sure. Press and get the staple reattached. Well, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. So I think this one will get submitted just because I'd like to have it on the wall with my Batman stuff. You know what I'm saying? My Batman 251. I meant to grab that one. I got the Batman 251 that I should submit, and I got the first Silver Age Two-Face that I probably should submit too. So I didn't grab those because I got those presented on my wall. Yo, what up, 36 Chambers? Boom. Good to see you, man. 36 Chambers. That's my boy, dude. I was the first person that he ever sent an AOK to, man. It was an honor. Appreciate your generosity. Next up, or last up, this book here, which everyone sleeps, man. This one also, unfortunately, has a split spine. So it's a little different than detached staple. It's a split spine, but the top staple is still hanging tough. So I think we're talking 2.5, 3.0 for this book. And we're talking none other than Detective Comics number 230. First appearance of the Mad Hatter. Yeah, there's a heavy controversy, 36. um, Submit 251 and 234 for the Neil Adams signing. $100 each? Hell no. $100 for his signature in slab? I don't know about all that. And clean and press. So I'll get my books, like 8-9 months later after all that shit's done and over with? I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I think I will. I think this one is. I'm looking forward to getting this one slabbed actually, because I don't have a lot of like Golden Age sized books, even though I don't know if this book technically is Golden Age. It's like it might be. I forget. I don't want to open it up. I know it's like 50s. I think it's late 50s. 10 center, but even though it may not be golden, it's like Golden Age sized. So those look cool in a slab. Like they like fill out the slab. They look pretty cool. Oh, Rufus says expedited clean and press back in 4 to 5 weeks from the signing. The signing events have a fast turnaround time, even with the press. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I just don't know what year this book is, and I don't want to open it up. But I say submit, man. So let's see. I'm gonna run through the ones that were that you guys confidently said submit. Then we'll touch on the maybes. Okay. Yeah, 230, D-Round. Signatures on classic art is heresy. I'm kinda in your camp. Guess. Oh no, that Mad Hatter is definitely 50s. I just don't know what year. I don't know if it's 58, 9. I'm gonna guess 58 or 59 or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. There we go. 1956. Nice. So just outside the golden age. I thought 54. Well, is 56? Will they that count? I thought it was like 55. Maybe before 57. All right. So here's the short shots. Boom, that beauty. Tech. 230. The first appearance of the Mad Hatter. Who, when people talk about, oh, I gotta collect all my Batman villain keys. And that's a common thing. There's a lot of people in the community that like to collect Batman villain books. And I gotta say, no one ever brings up the fucking Mad Hatter. And I think literally I've never seen anyone bust out this book. When they're talking about the Batman villain books, you always hear about first Scarecrow, the first Silver Age Penguin, this Riddler book, Ra's al Ghul. You see those books a lot over and over. But don't forget about the Mad Hatter, dude. Because one of these days, he's gonna, they're gonna put him in some fucking movie maybe, or whatever, or people are just gonna smarten up. And you're gonna want to have this in your collection. It's also not very common, so maybe that's why it ain't popping up a lot, because it don't grow on trees, man. Anyway, so that one's gonna get slapped. 171. Bam. So those were two submits. I think this book was universally considered submit. So I think we're going to submit that. Yeah, first ventriloquist too. Even though, I put Mad Hatter. Granted, maybe Mad Hatter is not A-list Batman villain. Fair enough. And maybe that's why he's not brought up in the same conversation as that Riddler book and Two-Face and Penguin. But he's at least B level. You know what I'm saying? Boom. This one, resounding submit from the chat. I think pretty much everyone agreed. Get this thing slabbed because it's getting hot. G.I. Joe, American Hero. with the lightning. What's that 184 with the lightning bug? Lightning bolt? You're not talking about that, are you? The bug one. Yeah. If you're talking a Batman villain, you might be talking about Firefly, right? First appearance of Firefly. How dare you, VV? You ain't getting any of these books for $5. G.I. Joe, Superboy, Young Avengers. So that's a lot of modern books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 modern books. We got a couple older Batman books. What's up, Simply Incredible? A good A-OK. The books that I felt like the chat was split on, I don't feel like there was any really like resounding no's across the board, but the first Nightwing, I feel like I'm not very confident in submitting it. I don't know. Only if it was going to be like a 9.8, and I don't think it's going to be. So that one's wishy-washy. Oh, this one. You guys, the chat was mixed on this one, on the first question. However, in spite of that, I'm pretty sure I am going to submit that book. I think the chat was a little mixed on this one. Because, you know, the second printing, the rarity of the second printing, I don't think is completely common knowledge. So I can see at first glance being like, why you want to slab that? But I think this is a 9.8 candidate, and I think they'll acknowledge on the thing that it's second printing, and it's going to go well with the certain motif that I have going on with my Batman slabs. So this one, even though you guys were mixed on it, I'm pretty confidently going to submit it. Nightwing's a toss-up, says D. D-Runk says Nightwing. You know, D-Runk is also very liberal with his submitting to CGC. But D, if you were like more certain that it wouldn't be 9.8 than it would you still submit this? That's the question. These two books was also very, very controversial to the chat. My Simpsons one and the Itchy and Scratchy one. I do think they are 9.8s, baby. So considering those, especially that Simpsons one, I would almost just maybe consider slab that one and just leave off the Itchy and Scratchy. It would be kind of cool because I think it would also come back 9.8, and I just think it'd be a fun pair to have. Let me see. That's a good one. D-Runk has demon in a slab sickness. He just can't help himself. Yeah, I mean, see, this is from that was from like a few days ago. You know what I'm saying? So it goes for about that. So that's why I'm thinking of maybe submitting it. And I like The Simpsons. What's up, Lasso? Yeah, and the FMV is 150. And last but not least, what's this one go for? Let me see. I think it was like $100. It's the Batman '96 1 in 25. Yo, what's up, Bear Allen? Bear Allen says yes on Simpsons because it's an FF1 homage. No on Itchy. All right, I can dig that. Good to see you, Bear. Thank you for weighing in on submit or omit. So there's a lot for sale. Let's see what this bitch actually sells for at 98. So we're talking, you know what I'm saying? Looks like I'm seeing sales from between, looks like the most common sales like 125. There's a few at 150. There's like one or two at 100. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling like, man, I know it's not a big book, but it's kind of cool. D-Runk, again, return it to the flea market. You son of a bitch. This is a new 1 in 25 variant, man. This ain't flea market fodder, dude. Yeah, me too, VV. Me too. Certain people disgust me too. Yo, what up, Moon Guy? You could have needed that book when it came out of both ends. For those of you that missed the beginning of the chat, if you want to see a charming story about food poisoning and coming out of both ends, please recap to the beginning. How much is the Simpsons comic worth? Oh, maybe there was lag, but I put it on the screen before. $125, $100, fair market value, $150 for a 9.8. So that's it, man. I don't know. Had the itch to go live. Oh. I'm your host, Comic Kid 84, owner, operator of a failing YouTube channel, losing subscribers by the day. Becoming less reliable with content. You know, I owe you guys a Wizard Top 10 list video. You know, some books are harder to move raw. That's true. Slabbing a book will make it easier to sell. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking on a couple of those. Like that the Simpsons book is a good example of I don't think anyone would be too excited if I put Simpsons #1 and Itchy and Scratchy #1 for sale, like on my Instagram, for example, right? But if I put two 9.8s, if I say, hey, look, I got Simpsons 1 and Itchy and Scratchy 1, 9.8, a pair of slabs, take them both home for $150, something like that, I would still make out good on that. And I think if the person was in the market and is a Simpsons fan, I think they would get a good deal off of that. So that's kind of what I'm visualizing, you know? Oh, thanks, Mega Road. Yeah, it happens. Thank you, Conceto. I've got a list. I've got the issue picked out that I want to do. I've got all the files saved. Like, I got a lot of the prep work done for what I want the next video to be. But, I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. Lasso, never sent anything in myself to Slab. Do you feel bad for me? I don't. I don't. I think I appreciate the righteousness of just having the raw book collection, man. No, I don't feel bad for you one bit. If anything, I think slabbing is really most handy or whatever if you ever plan to sell some of the books, or like if you don't plan on ever selling them, then present them the way that you want them to be presented. So no, I think you're good, Lasso. Yeah, Jackson says, do you, bro? Do we want the content? Yes, but you call the shots. Appreciate that. Oh, shit. Thanks for going live. You got it. Kachung turned off Nurse Jackie to turn you on. I'm on the television, dude. That's right. Want me to reenact some Nurse Jackie for you? We need to get him 20 cc's stat. And then she grabs the Percocet bottle, steals it. Isn't that the I haven't really seen that show too much, but I know it's Edie Falcone from Sopranos. I know it was on HBO, and I think it was like a nurse, but she was also hooked on prescription pain pills, something like that. Moon guy don't own any slabs. Biggie, I pity you, Lasso. Oh yeah, I was about to say I don't think you ever submitted books either, because I don't think he's saying that he doesn't own CGC slabs, because I think Lasso owns some slabs. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just don't think you've submitted. Slabbing is a rotten addiction. Wow. Jealous of those who avoided it. Wow. Look at D sounding like someone at a fucking NA meeting. Listen, kids. Don't ever go down this road. Don't ever be like me. I got caught up on The Boys today. I was 2 episodes behind, and I got caught up on it today. That show is so good, dude. The Boys is a great show. So you got to be up on that. And yeah, man. So that's it. What time is it? Oh, it's already 8 o'clock. Time to go. I got to do a couple things before it's turn-in time. So I'm off to do that. Appreciate you guys hanging out for the past 60 minutes with me. I appreciate it. I won't ever forget it. I'll always be in your debt. Until next time, guys. Peace out.